Hey everybody, it's Mary. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing pretty good. It is time to paint a mummy. So I'm going to Windex this guy just to let y'all know. I started this guy, I had to do 2 coats of white. Hey Debbie, how are you? Debbie, you want to share this video for me, babe? Debbie always takes good care of me. Thank you. So 2 coats of white. There's really not a lot to this guy, but it is important, I think, that you get a lot of white on here. So I did 2 coats of white, and then of course I came in and I did my black, just so I would have that done already. There's not a lot to this guy. It's white, it's gray, it's black, and then I think I've got some lime green for the eyes I'll put on in a little bit, and a little bit of a red mouth, and that's it. So I have my number 24 gray, y'all, and I'm going to do this guy really, to me, he doesn't look good until you put a lot. I'm going to put a lot of shading on him. I actually have the other one over here as a sample so I can remember. You know, you would think I would remember. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie's always taking good care of me. Thank you for sharing that. You would think I would remember exactly how I do certain things, like this mummy, but no, not really. I do too many things to remember what I did on the last time I did this guy. So here's my sample, and I'm going to kind of look at it off and on, and that way I'll kind of make sure I'm kind of close to what the sample looked like when Ashley did the sneak peek. So it is been hot outside, y'all, but there's something stirring around and going to be out there in the Gulf if it's not already. And I don't want anybody to get it, but I really don't want it either. Not that it matters, y'all, because Mother Nature does what Mother Nature does. And then we all just kind of, you know, try to work around Mother Nature because that's just how it is. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Carolyn. How are you? So I did 2 coats of white, and then I actually base coated this black in using my script liner because the black part here. Now, the thing about this is you can kind of do it any way you want. You can put as much shading or as little shading on here as you want. But you definitely, I would think, want to shade the hands because that's what makes it look good as far as those hands having some shape. And I always do the fingers too. But there's a lot going on this guy, you know, as far as all the bandages, or I guess that's what a mummy is I call them bandages. I'm not sure if that's what they really are. And so I just kind of come in here and do a lot of brush stroking, y'all. And in just that little bit of time, I've got hands, right? Just like that. Oh, thank you, Debbie. She's putting the blank in. Hey, Nell, how are you? So this is one that we sell the blank to, and we also sell a template as well. And really, if you can base coat him white twice, and then you kind of put some black in there, you're ready to do some shading and outlining. That's it. He is kind of a weird pattern in that he's not symmetrical at all. So don't try to make this pattern logical. Don't try to say, okay, well, you know, where does this bandage start or where does that bandage end? Don't even do that. I just go in here and you can just see, I just start putting what I think are brush strokes here and there and yonder. I don't try to make them perfect. I don't try to make them logical. I don't try to do any of that. I kind of, you know, do it in between the black portions right here. But I'll promise you, if you sit here and agonize over this, it's not going to look any better than if you just kind of take that brush and just go with it. Because he's a mummy. There's really nothing logical about him. Who knows why his tapes, you know, his bandages are the way that they are? Who knows? So I don't sweat the small stuff. And honestly, this mummy's not going to look identical to that one. That's just not possible. Because I'm not that precise about it. I'm more loosey-goosey, y'all. Y'all know what loosey-goosey is, right? You just kind of go with the flow of what you feel that moment. And what you feel in another moment might be different than what you feel in this moment, y'all. So, hey, Marlene, how are you? So I say just kind of take the gray and just go wherever you feel like you need to go with it. You're going to come back with some black after a while on that script liner. So if you happen to cover up some of that black with this, or cover it up with some of this gray, who cares? You can come in there and catch that later. I do say make sure you do your hand because I do think that that's important. But anything else, who knows? You just kind of do whatever you want. It's a mummy, so no two of them that you do are going to be alike. And that's true in anything hand painted, but it's really true in something like this. So there we go, y'all. Just a little bit of talking I've been doing. I got about half of it. And you can see how I'm not trying to go and agonize over each brush stroke. I'm just kind of laying some brush strokes down and kind of going in the middle of things. Something like that. And then, of course, I will make sure I get my hand, because you want his hands. His hands, to me, really make him look cute. Or almost human-like, I guess is the way to think of that. And then I'll come around here and do those fingers like this and kind of just do a loop on the tips. You got to give him some hands and fingers. Now, I do think you need to do that. And then, of course, you got the stuff hanging down here. I just outline that. Kind of come up. I've been painting mummies for a long time, and for whatever reason, they all turn out real different, but that's cool. And so, people like mummies, y'all, come Halloween. You're not going to sell a mummy any other, or I don't. I'm not able to sell a mummy any other time but Halloween. So that's the time to do it. And so I'll just come here. And notice I'm just kind of working. I'm kind of coming in on down here and going in this way. And I'm just going wherever there's some white and there's not any black. I'm just kind of going around and outlining that part. I'm not trying to make these brush strokes identical or perfect or anything like that. I'm almost kind of making them a little bit sloppy, if that's the right word. I'm not sure. Messy. And then I'm going to do his toes up here, y'all. And notice I'm not going all the way down here. You don't want to outline every single part of this in gray. You want to leave a little bit of white showing, or I think so. Because if you're not careful, it's really easy to get too much gray on this guy. So I'll kind of come up here like that. That's kind of what I did on that guy. See, I'm looking over here to see what I did, y'all. So I got that gray, and you can always kind of bring that brush and just make some brush strokes if you feel like you need to do that. Now, I'm going to outline this thing in gray. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm going to outline it in black. But I want to show you something. Now, I'm making not a graphic organizer, kind of like a PDF file for different versions, y'all. And I'm going to take a picture right quick. Hope I'm getting it. I'm using Bruce's phone because I want to try. I've got pictures of this guy when he's got no paint on him. I've got a picture when he just has white. And then I have a picture when he just had the black. I just took a picture of the gray. I'll take another picture once I get through with this. So what this is some of that gray paint that I had mixed with a little bit of black, okay? Because this guy is just primarily black and white for the most part, there's not a lot of colors to him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of meet it in the middle with some of this. Now this is wanting to clump up on me, but y'all, I show things who's the boss when it comes to paint. If it's clumpy, I'll just sit here and do this over and over and over. And I'm going to just kind of beat that paint up like that. Put a lot of water in it. If you're going to put a lot of water in it, you got to stir it a lot too. See how I just sit here and kind of do this over and over. But that's really kind of what it takes. And I'm going to get my script liner. Let's see, y'all. Let me find a script liner that I like. I thought I had one. Now, in this case, I'm not going to sit here and try to make this. I'm almost going to kind of take the approach of highlighting this. Yep, just add more water. You got it. And I'm just going to kind of streak this dark gray on that light gray shading. And I'm not being perfect. I'm just kind of getting some dark gray on there. I will come back, y'all, and I will do some pretty serious outlining in black. But right now, think of this as almost how I highlight, except I'm hitting it right on those gray shading strokes. Not trying to be perfect. I'm just throwing some strokes out there, knowing I'm going to come back with black. But I think this gray, y'all, gives it a little bit more dimension than if I didn't have it. You don't need to be perfect about it. You don't need to be worrying about it. It's a mummy. It's not going to be anything that you're going to want it to be totally logical, because it's a mummy. And I'm just putting some gray on there because when I come back and I put some black, I'm going to have a lot of brush strokes on this guy. That's my style, y'all. I like a lot of brush strokes on stuff. You don't have to do this gray, but if you do it, I think you would probably like the look of it. And it's going to have more of a texture to it. And all this is that gray number 24 that I mixed with black. Mix, 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 mix. Okay, so I'm coming here. And then of course, when I start actually outlining, I get serious about all of my brush strokes. Right now, I say I'm not serious. What does that mean? That just means I'm throwing some brush strokes down anywhere I think that they might look good. Okay, I'm gonna call that a success. So this is the regular gray, and then this is the gray that I put the black with. Hey Cindy, hey Terry, and Carolyn, how are y'all doing? I'm glad you're here hanging out with me. So you see this light, put some black with it, there you go. There you go. Now, y'all, I gotta take another picture right quick, because like I said, I'm doing a graphics where I can show you guys like a visual representation very easily of what each step looks like when you get it completed. Okay, so let's go to black. This guy has a lot of outlining on here. And if you will take the time that it takes to outline it, I think you'll really like the overall look. It's easy to get too much black on here, so you do have to be careful about that, because y'all, I have a heavy hand, so it's easy to get too much on there. All right, so I've got some black in here. I'm gonna put some water in it because y'all know I'm always doing that. And then once I get all of that stirred, stir, 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 stir. It's kind of like when you go get paint mixed at the store. You know how they turn that timer on and they have that shaker, that machine that shakes it, and you just kind of stand there and stand there and stand there and stand there? Yeah, because it's really necessary to stir that paint up like that. That's why. Hey Marlene, so glad you're here. I've had a pretty good day. I'm hoping y'all have. I worked on a lot of stuff. Actually, I kind of slept a little bit late. Well, y'all, I slept till like 7 something. So for me, that's late because I usually get up early. But so when I'm outlining, what I try to do is I try to start here and come towards me. Don't do this and go that way, because when you do this, you're going to mess all this up. So work here towards your body. And for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason is, but it's always more comfortable for me to start there and come here than it is for me to start here and go there. So I always start there and come towards me. And a lot of that has to do, I'm kind of big at the top, so it's easy to sit over here and hunker over and then get all that paint on you. So that's a lot of it. And then it's just a matter of outline. Outline. There is a lot of outlining on this guy. Now let's say you're not crazy about outlining. It is a good idea to do something like this, because if you will outline this guy, by the end of it, you'll be like, okay, I'm learning how to outline. So it is, I just can't say enough how good it is to know how to outline like this. Because you can letter, you can outline, you can highlight, you can give definition, and it makes a big difference. Sometimes I'll take that and I'll just drag some black strokes in there. And I'm not trying to make it any kind of anything other than I'll just put some black strokes in there. You don't have to, but the more that you do that sort of thing, it's almost like you give it a little bit more texture. So just kind of drag some black strokes in there, here, there, and yonder, and I think you'll like it. So this little guy has a lot of outlining, but it won't take me that long, y'all. Just kind of do it like that. And I'll come in here and I'll make these black parts a little bit bigger than what they used to be. Now, when this thing is really dry, which will be tomorrow, I will probably come in and put some white on this black, honestly. That's probably what I'll do. But I can't do that tonight because it really needs to be dry. But again, when I make those white strokes, y'all, I will just hit it with that black a little bit. I won't try to be precise at all. Not at all. I'll just try to give it some brush strokes. But this guy's pretty easy in the fact that even if you mess up, you really won't know it because you really can't tell. It's kind of goofy looking to begin with. So if you mess up, it's all good, right? So I will bring in some brush stroking like that and kind of just come up here. And I'm not trying to be perfect. In fact, I'm kind of intentionally making a little bit willy wonky. Y'all know what willy wonky means? It means kind of like not straight, not symmetrical. And I'm just coming in here giving it some more definition. That's all I'm doing. So tell me, what have y'all been painting? Yeah, he is kind of fun, Con. There's no right or wrong on this guy. So even if you mess up, nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. So Saturday, we have a pretty busy, today's Thursday, right, y'all? So Saturday, we have a fairly, not real busy day, but a fairly busy day planned. And then Sunday, we're going to take the day off and we're going to be over at Ashley's house all day Sunday. They're having a fish fry. Zach's parents are coming in from Indiana. So we're going to get to visit with them and hang out with them. And we're going to go to church on Sunday with them. Ashley's getting baptized on Sunday. And so we're going to go to church with them on Sunday. I'm kind of looking forward to it. You know, I work from home and I love working from home and I'm always home and I'm not complaining, but sometimes you just have to get out of this house because I'm at this house 24/7, which most of the time that's super cool with me. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, she's doing good and she is getting baptized on Sunday, so we're going to go over there. And I told her, I said, Ashley, I'm coming to your house because she wanted us to come, right? Hey, Debbie. Y'all, my cousin Debbie's here. How are you doing? So anyway, I told her, I said, Ashley, we're coming over on Sunday, but you got to make sure you let me find a place to take a nap Sunday afternoon. Because a lot of times, y'all, Sunday afternoon, I might take a 2-hour nap. It's the only day I really feel like I can kind of like get a breather, you know. So, but yes, so we'll be going over there on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll spend some time with Carcar. So, let's see. Yeah. Y'all, this mummy is cool. There's not a whole lot of right or wrong going on here. You can just kind of do whatever you want. And I'm just going to kind of come down here. And then over here, I'm going to do this. I'm just making that black a little bit more definition. That's what I'm doing there. And then I will put black on the hands just because I think what makes this mummy human-like is the hands. And anytime you're doing art like this, even though we know a mummy is not human, so to speak, you do have to give it some human characteristics because that's what we relate to as human beings, humans. So I think you do have to outline the black on the hands. But that doesn't take long. Something like that and like that. And then again, I'll take that black and I'll just do something like this. Kind of giving it some strokes. There you go. Nothing too serious. And I will kind of come in here and give this guy a little bit of definition in here. All right, let me turn him over this way. The mummy, the mummy, the mummy. This is Mummy's hands are as big as Sheba's feet. Y'all, we have a new puppy. Well, she's not really new. We've had her over about maybe 6 weeks. And she's I guess a mutt, but I think she's got some Great Dane and some Lab in her. So she's kind of long and lean, but she's got these big old paws. I don't know if she's going to grow into them, but we laugh and say her paws are getting bigger. Her whole body's getting bigger, of course, but it seems like the paws are getting bigger much more than the body's getting bigger. But y'all, she's the sweetest thing ever. She's my Sheba Weeba. Her name is Sheba. I call her Sheba Weeba. Sheba Weeba. She's a sweetheart. She won the doggy lottery, y'all, when she got here because these dogs are very spoiled. Very, very, very spoiled. Which a lot of animals are. Well, there's some of them that are abused, and that breaks my heart, y'all. I can't handle that. Okay, almost done. Now, this isn't still real wet, but once it's dry, I'll come in and put my green eyes like this. See how he's got green eyes in the mouth? I will put that on probably tomorrow on this guy after all that black is dry. Yep, I will. So, and today we had a lady at the store. She wanted to buy some of these green nutcrackers. And I thought we had already done green nutcrackers for the year. So I said, sure. And Paula's like, well, we don't have any. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, we don't have any in inventory because we have a POS system. So I go in there and I guess, y'all, how do you not have not done nutcrackers and not know it? I think I'm losing it, y'all. Hey, Kim, how are you? And Gail, how are you doing? I'm glad y'all are here hanging out with me. Y'all tell me what y'all are doing tonight. Are y'all just resting? Are you cooking? Are you watching TV? I am obviously doing this live, but I've been trying to get ready for my cousin Galinda and I are going to go on a little cruise, I guess, in January of 2020. So I'm trying to get the cruise line people on the phone to kind of finish up my reservations. I didn't have any luck getting them on the phone. I'm going to try to get them on the phone tomorrow. So I'm just kind of darkening up that black. And then here in a minute, I'm going to do it just like I would white highlights. I'm going to take this black and I'm going to do just like this. Y'all know when I highlight, I do this. So between these black brush strokes that I have and those dark gray brush strokes, and then of course the shading of the gray, gives me a very dimensional looking mummy, which is the look you're going for. You don't want your mummy not to look busy. You want it to look kind of good. And don't worry about it if you get it wrong. Nobody will know. This is seriously one of the easiest things to paint because you can make all sorts of mistakes and nobody would know. Come in here, get this guy like that. All right, let's come over here. Y'all, we're almost done. See how easy this is? Hey Pam, how are you? I am having a good day. I am painting a mummy. And I like painting this guy, y'all, because you can be sloppy. It don't matter. It just don't matter. There we go. I have a lot of black on here. And so tomorrow, on all this black, I will come in here and just make white brush strokes. Just like I'm doing right now. Just pretend that's white. So I'll do a lot of white on there. But I won't do that tonight, y'all, because there's too much wet black paint. And I have a lot of black paint on here. There we go. A couple of strokes here. And this little guy's done. See, not much to him. We can turn him around so y'all can look at him. Hey, Ava. So, Ava, you were on there today saying that you're having trouble getting stuff because it's molding on you. I wonder, too, you may have to do like 2 to 3 coats. I only put 1 coat on of the poly, Ava. Let's see if I have some laying around here right quick. So y'all know this is the poly that we use, right? So I usually only use 1 coat on stuff that's not glittered. On stuff that's glittered, I put a coat, then I put the glitter, then I put another coat. So on glitter stuff, I do 2 coats On the regular stuff, I do 1. But also, we are in South Texas where the sun is brutal. So we really don't have a lot of mildew. Now, we might get that some in the wintertime, but honestly, I've never noticed it on my yard art. Like I've noticed it on houses, like ever so often you'd have to pressure wash them. So I'm thinking maybe you're in a little bit wetter part of the country, and if that's the case, you may have to do 3 coats. I really don't know. And then the other thing, Ava, I thought about later is, like, when it mildews, can you take a towel and get it off? Does it come off pretty easy, or does it stay there even when you try to clean it? Because to me, if it's staying there when you're cleaning it, that means it's pretty serious and it's hard to get off. Like sometimes we'll have mildew around here if it's been wet for a while, but it comes off pretty easy. No, I don't think she stores it. She was talking about she had just painted it, and she was getting mildew on there. And so I don't have that issue, and I don't know if it's because we're here in Texas, and it's just the fact that it's so hot, you know, and that might be it. Marlene says, very cute. Thank you so much. Hey, Cheryl, how are you doing? Yeah, I think he did turn out cute. He's, I'll put some green eyes right here, a green circle right here, and a green circle, and then a mouth, a little bit of a tongue right in here, but I can't do that till tomorrow, right? But all he is white, gray, dark gray, black. That's really it. There's not a lot to it. And look at my brush strokes. My brush strokes are in no way perfect. I mean, just look at how kind of like, not symmetrical that they are, but to me that's what makes the mummy look cute. I don't think you want perfect. I think you want a little bit Willy Wonky. Try to clean it and then put 2 coats on. That's all I know to tell you, because I just don't have that trouble, and it's interesting, Ava, that you are. And you know, if you're going to take it down, you might go ahead and put that 2nd coat, let it dry for a little bit, and put another coat, and then once you have 3 coats, put it back up and see how it goes. Because that's really the only thing I could think of, Ava. So, hey, thank y'all for hanging out. I am, actually will be on, I think tomorrow or Saturday, she's doing, let's see, she did the Academy, the Trick or Treat one, and I can't remember what the other one she's doing. Oh, y'all, she's doing that super cute. It's 2 pumpkins, and it's got the welcome fall, and the pumpkins are real whimsical. It is so cute. And out of everything that we did this fall, that's probably my favorite one. And she's doing that, I think, tomorrow or Saturday. Because today's Thursday, right? Jeez. Anyway, y'all have a good one, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.